Hey, before we lose Greg, we got to hit one of the big controversies, and that's January 6th.
President Trump lawfully authorized the deployment of National Guard, and me, as the head of the Office of Secretary of Defense, with the Secretary of Defense, took that action. When it finally came in, because it had to have the governor and mayor of D.C.'s approval on it, that's the way the law works. And once it finally came in on January 6th, remember, we offered to them days beforehand, and they rejected it. And we've put out the letters, and your show has done great coverage showing how it was rejected. We mobilized the fastest cold start in Washington, D.C. since World War II, and the largest occupation of D.C. by the National Guard since the American Revolution. That's what happened on January 6th. But what you and your viewers want to know, now that we've beat back that disinformation campaign with actual truth, is what was the FBI doing? Well, we got answers coming. We just found a trove of information, and it's on its way to Capitol Hill right now. And they've asked, and they're getting them, and you're getting answers on January 6th. You're getting answers on what sourcing was utilized, what money was utilized, how many assets were utilized, who made those decisions. You're getting it. We can only control the FBI, but you're getting it from the FBI.
Were there FBI agents undercover egging people on?
Like I said, that answer is coming. And it's on its way to Congress.
Ray Epstein?
I want the American public to go back and look at what our predecessors stated to Congress under oath, that there were no FBI sources utilized in and around January 6th. I'm going to leave it at that, but go play the videotape and look for this material coming to Congress.
So
he wouldn't have said that they testified that there were no FBI sources utilized unless they found out there were FBI sources utilized.
Yeah. Well, I think Dan Bongino, at some point in the interview, had made a very good point where people are confusing agents with assets.
I was going to ask you.
But that aside, I also would like to ask the question, the January 6th committee, when they finished their investigation, why did they feel compelled to destroy all of their files and evidence? I would think that would want to be, you would want to preserve it if you were so proud of the outcome and the thoroughness of the investigation, yet somehow all that information apparently was destroyed.